Hello. It's me again. Your favorite nightmare, ironjenjin. I made a post last week discussing JD. And I'm making this video as a follow-up to that post. I want to tell you a story that might help explain why I said what I did. This story goes back to last July, after my son was hacked. I had been venting on YouTube in my posts about issues in MM2 that I felt weren't taken seriously, which I felt contributed to his hack. And some people didn't like that. A player named Ice joined my Discord server. I don't know them. I get a ping. I check and Ice had sent me a weird looking message. My son was just hacked. So it seems strange to me. So I don't click the message. I banned him and reported him. I checked their Roblox page, since I have no idea who they are. We have no previous history. To my surprise, they have Joven added. They also had Zyleek added, 2 MM2 admins. And then he also had Broly added, a current MM2 game tester. Broly is also a dad, by the way. Also important to note, all of these people are adults. None of them are kids. Okay, so what happens next? Ice continues. Now pinging me on YouTube. Now he is having hallucinations about my body, trying to degrade me as a female. This makes me uncomfortable. He's super toxic. After that he says something important. Never slander my goat, green guy. So he is contacting me for Zyleek or Broly. Given that he called him a goat, and Zyleek is famous from MM2. It gave me the impression he was doing this for Zyleek. Also because a few days earlier, another one of Zyleek's friends were also trying to start up with me. He started pinging me in MM2 for no reason. He also tried to join my Discord server. And I banned him. He has a history of being toxic with me. That goes back to 2020. Ice and Riley were doing the same thing. Both were friends with Zyleek. Both were trying to join my Discord to send toxic messages. I'm basing that on history. Pretty sure they were doing this because a few days earlier, I blocked Zyleek. I'll explain why I blocked him in another video. Anyway, back to Ice. Some days later I checked my Twitter. And there was Ice once again, pinging me on Twitter, trying to force images on me. I find this to be very creepy and aggressive. Let me ask you, would you find it intimidating, as a female, if a group of males, who were friends with admins, were sending you this kind of image, days after you blocked them? Just so you understand, Ice is posting this image to call me a man. He's doing this to misgender me, to try to degrade me again as a woman, to try to call me fat cause I'm a mother. Some males will try to minimize your value, down to physical aspects. That's the essence of this kind of attack. They're like assuming I look bad, then saying I have no value then. Still, through all of this, Zyleek and Joven keep Ice added. That's probably why he feels arrogant enough to keep going. The next image he posted was the most offensive. Ice created this. He pinged me publicly. Apparently he felt really proud of himself. Ice is an adult, creating images to depict my son, a child, as abused, covered in shit, crying, mocking him for being hacked, claiming his hack is because I was negligent, judging me as a parent, because my son was hacked. I showed this to my son today. We talked about it, and we discussed whether or not I should post it. We both decided together. This does not depict or represent him or me, so he will not be offended by it. It does not represent him. Instead, this image represents JD, and Zyleek, and Broly, and Larx, and the leaderboard club, and many others I won't even name. This image represents Ice, and the people who supported this. This is the narrative they tried to create around my son, because I did good in MM2. This image represents their years of abusive behavior towards my son. It helps explain how far they will go, what is acceptable to them. It shows how sexist they are. They have been trying to weaponize my child, as a way to attack me, as a way to get me to quit the game. This is how they treated the top player of their game, and her child. And this kind of thing has been going on for years. Personally, I feel like it's mentally abusive. This image represents your greed and your weakness. This image represents them, not me, and definitely not my son. When I look at it, I think of you all. I see people do things like this, then JD puts them in videos, or makes them MM2 celebrities like Larx. It's pretty demoralizing. Even if they hate me, how do they think this might make my son feel? I think that can be pretty harmful and traumatizing. To spread lies about them on the internet, to create false narratives around him. You people are weird. Also, let me ask a question that I feel is very important. So, they claim my son is harmed by me, so their response is to make images about him being harmed and post it all over the internet? To make a joke out of abuse? What do you actually think that would do to a kid, if they were in that situation? How harmful would it be then? What about kids who are actually abused, who have to see this? Do you have any idea how messed up that is? They know my son isn't in this situation, or they wouldn't make jokes about it. This is reputational slander, co-signed by Zyleek and JD. These are not people who care at all about my son. They are not looking out for his best interest at all. Simply they are trying to attack me, and the only way they know how is my child. They're treating him with no respect at all. He did this for clout with JD and the leaderboard community. And somehow that works. That's the reality happening here. I'm sorry if you think it's cool and okay. For me it was not okay. And that's why I unfriended JD. Because they added him right after he did this. Since this image blames me for my son's hack, accusing me of neglect, let's discuss my son's hack. How my son got hacked was, he had just started his summer vacation, and was up late playing some games. And I was working at my computer. I was fully available to my son. He has full access to me. My son is not a baby. And like most normal kids his age, he doesn't just want to chill with his mom all day. Though I'm fully available to him at all times. What happened was, he was doing his thing. He noticed he was suddenly banned on a Discord server. So he was trying to figure out what happened. Then he was approached by someone. They said they were a mod on the Discord server where he was banned. They showed him proof saying he was banned for account phishing. The video was pretty convincing. All of the other moderators believed it, and ignored his request for help. My son sent them proof back, showing that he had never messaged the person in the video, that this wasn't him. The hacker posing as a mod told him he had to join their support server to submit a request and get help. He joined. He wanted to prove his innocence and get unbanned. Somewhere in this process, he trusted them and compromised his account. Unfortunately, he didn't tell me what was happening in real time. He didn't tell his friends either. He thought it wasn't a big deal. Just a false report and he would fix it. He didn't realize someone was trying to hack him. In that moment he was probably tired. And made a mistake. Which is pretty normal. Kids get scammed every day on Roblox. There's no reason to try and victim blame him. Or shame him for being hacked. And no reason to blame me. That's a bit ridiculous. Once he realized he was locked out on Roblox, he came right to me. And told me what happened. And I dropped everything, of course. To try and help him. The same as I have. For so many of you before. As I was trying to gain access to his account, they changed the two-step, then the phone number, and the email. Immediately locked us out. Then they stole his most expensive limited, which I had given him when he was super young. Then they joined his account to Roblox games, and violated TOS to the point of getting him termed. The hacker had the account still, so I couldn't send an appeal, and it took a few weeks to even get a response from Roblox, and regain access, and get real appeals sent. After his hack, naturally I was upset. I checked the account that had messaged him, and immediately saw it was linked to a terminated account. Had he only mentioned it to me, I would have stopped it before it happened, and avoided a lot of bullshit. So that sucked. Anyway, everything happened pretty fast. I won't get into every detail, for respect of his privacy. But I had a feeling before he was hacked, that people were watching him, cause people with some bad links started following him. So just to say, I was there of course, and warning him. Personally I believe he was targeted. I believe the goal really was to get him banned, as a way to hurt me, through hurting him. Anyway, maybe it wasn't targeted. People can say I'm overreacting. Everyone gets hacked on Roblox. This is true. Maybe it was just due to his expensive limited. But there's been so much abuse from a certain group of people, all focused on my son. And also a few things. 2 days before it happened I had just started playing MM2 again, after a 4-month break. Here's an example of what that was like. This happened in my server. A few hours before my son was hacked, a bunch of toxic alts spammed in, and were misgendering me. During this same time, I was working on a video, about a value list bot I made. I had finished the thumbnail, and was editing the video. So I was like a few days from releasing it. Also I had just reopened my Discord server, a few weeks earlier. So yet I can't say for sure why it happened. But in my shoes, I highly doubt it was random. Let's just say overall it was very suspect. Then a short time after his hack, I started to do this. Trying to bully him, while he was already going through something. Or trying to bully me, using my son. For me that's pretty evil stuff. And just to be crystal clear, I have never mistreated my child in any way. When I was a kid, if my parents had an issue, they would talk to me. I raise my son the same way. We communicate. I don't actually discipline. He's never had a punishment. Not once. No need. And I don't force him to do anything. If you know me at all, you should know, I like to talk things out. Anyway, we exist in a peaceful environment. I respect his choices, and he respects mine. Me playing MM2 was never an issue for my son. When I am playing MM2 I am in my home, fully available to my son. Most times if I was playing, he was on with his friends and busy, or asleep. I kind of got in the habit early on, of playing at night, because that's when he was sleeping. Also on some events, I had cover. My covers covered me in the daytime. I would grind all night. And sleep. When he's at school. My grind was always based around my son's schedule. During events I would just need to balance more. When I had cover, I had more time. So I would have some breaks. And more time to find balance. I'm honestly not sure why this is confusing for some people. It's like they don't understand the most basic things. It's just simple sexism. Because I am a woman, all I am good for is being in the kitchen. And all I should do is cook all day. It never even gets moderated. I think if it was moderated they would act different. But again, these are friends of admins. A lot of this discrimination is accepted. Okay, so I understand many of you are confused and making the worst assumptions always. So let me explain, and hopefully you can wrap your heads around it. During events, I would either cook or order takeout. Is that hard to understand? Haven't you guys ever heard of food preparation? What about Amazon Fresh? Food delivery maybe? Have you heard of Uber Eats? Or like DoorDash? Imagine that I had to boil a pot of water to cook while I was grinding. Pretty easy. Do a few rounds. Skip the lobby. Put the water in the pot. 10 minutes later. Drop some pasta in. Do a few more rounds. Skip another lobby vote. Give the pasta a spin. Repeat until finished. Sometimes it's stressful for me. But I do what I have to do. This isn't too complicated. And I'm pretty good at multitasking. I make sure my son's comfortable during events. Sometimes during events, he might have to wait a little longer than usual. But my son is patient with me. And understanding always. We also have snacks during waiting, okay? If you knew me at all, you might know I actually enjoy cooking. It's a basic thing. But I'm also good at other things. I am allowed to do other things, aside from cooking, even though I'm a mom. Events are temporary. I spend every day with my son. I cook pretty much every day. So yes, sometimes I would cook while I was grinding. And sometimes, we would get takeout. Hope that's okay for you all. Why does your mind need to go to the worst possible place? Why do I need to explain this? Why are you so broken? I can't believe it's acceptable. For me that's shocking. Anyway, these are claims made by competitors on events that they spread throughout the community. Understand there is zero basis for these claims. They are fictional claims. Their only basis is ignorance. Because you can't understand people living a different reality than your own, coming from other females. I find this especially strange. Having kids doesn't make you old. Does she think her life stops when she has kids? How ignorant. I hope she has a baby very soon. Anyone discussing this in the MM2 community, try instead to talk about my game accomplishments. That's something they will never do. Not with any respect at least. Anyway, I probably have different beliefs than some of you. Personally, I don't think your life ends when you become a parent. You should continue finding things you are interested in. I think you can pursue your ambitions and still be a great parent. It's good for kids to see their parents being motivated and following their interests. And that this is a good thing for your kids to see. It's not good for them to see their parent get attacked all day for being a woman or mother. Then to see those people get supported in the community. That isn't healthy For my son or anyone. One of my hobbies is gaming. Maybe your mom prefers doing her nails. Or fixing her weave. Maybe getting a pedicure. Or watching TV. I don't know. Just because I'm a mother, that doesn't mean I'm overweight. And just because I have high stats in MM2, that doesn't mean I like violence. For example, I love to shoot guns in MM2, but in real life, I'm anti-gun. Games are more about the challenge, and it's not about actual violence. I expect this also to be basic knowledge. In a community of gamers, I shouldn't be attacked like this constantly. I've never done any harm in any way to my child. I shouldn't have to defend that for playing a game. Attacking my son because I'm good at MM2 is low class. Supporting it is about as low as you can get. Some of you are promoting these ideas to impressionable young males, helping to shape how they will treat women. And worse, to impressionable young females, who might judge themselves against your statements, or the people you support. Anyway, I'm a great parent. And my son's the GOAT. Please stop being so ignorant. Back to Ice. Looking at some of his other posts to get a better idea about him. It seems he enjoys portraying violence towards children. Now JD and Zyleek can say they never saw these posts. They can say they had nothing to do with it. All of these people support Ice. After what he did, they can claim they knew nothing. That's fine. Personally, I think they are fully aware. Because I exploded on Twitter after this. Ice had a horse avatar. So I posted gory images of horses all over his page. And I pinged Ice in all of them. Not even my style. I love animals. And can't look at gory images. Anyway, that happened because I made a decision that if he was going to try to force imagery on me that I obviously did not want to see, then I would do the same. And post something that would burn in his brain. It was my revenge after like a week of him contacting me, while I was trying to focus on my son and his account. You can blame me for reacting if you'd like. I'm not justifying what I did, but even the horses were on my side and offering themselves up for the task. I had already blocked him on 2 platforms. And he wouldn't leave me alone. He left me alone after that. Anyway, my question would be, why did it get to this point? Why was Ice arrogant enough to do this? For me, it seems a lot of people involved have the support of MM2 staff, game testers and the leaderboard club. They knew they could harass me and my family, and it wouldn't affect them at all. ImLarx was far from an isolated incident. Something else too, I haven't even mentioned yet. As me and my son were looking at this image, he asked who these people were supposed to be. It took me a whole 11 months to realize that the fat man he drew here is supposed to represent me. I was too distracted by how he portrayed my son to even notice until now. Not an image I relate to. The person on the right is supposed to be Ice. They depict me as fat simply because I'm a mother. He's also misgendering me intentionally. This is actually a full-time activity for a group of people. I've been posting videos since 2021. And it wasn't until about a month ago that I had to block every male pronoun from my page due to misuse in the comments. It's done so they can make it look like I'm a crazy woman, or like I'm overreacting if I react. Everyone says bro. It's normal. Usually I wouldn't have a problem with it. Actually, you can find people calling me bro in old comments, and it's not an issue. The thing is when they are weaponizing the word. Then it's different. I think the word bro specifically was used because it's less detectable as misgendering. Then when they call me he or him, I wonder if these are bots that are also used to manipulate views. Also, the word bro is part of the JD vocabulary. So basically a group of people have been going out of their way to do this. Some seemed linked to the JD community, like this one, who is posting JD shorts, or this one. Look how blatant they are, by the way. This one even made a post about being a paid actor, admitting he is a paid alt, even verifying that in his comments. Typically I just block the accounts. Then 2 days ago I responded to a comment, and I asked the person if he was in the closet like JD. I understand you might find it offensive, but it's not said as an insult to gay people at all. It was kind of like a test, since they support people misgendering me. And something changed after that. Moments before I had been called bro, but after I questioned their sexuality, the bro comments instantly stopped. After that I didn't get one bro comment for over a week. Before it was like 3 to 5 times a day. In my shoes the difference is so obvious. Maybe I found their secret. Maybe I found their kryptonite. The way it stopped implies some involvement to me of JD or their staff. Even if they weren't doing it directly, they knew who was, or someone on their team knew who was. After months of this, they just made it stop when they got uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure a lot of the comments were also bots. Maybe they program specific phrases in the bots. Some pretend to be bots and try to bait reactions and twist reality. Just more manipulation. I'll assume it's coordinated in subgroups on Discord by a group of male MM2 players. They do it as a group. Constant misgendering. Anyway, just in case anyone is actually confused by the constant allowed harassment and misgendering. I am a woman. I was born a female, and I've only ever been a female. Maybe you are confused about me? In case it's because I don't use pronouns, let me explain. When I was growing up, we didn't use gender roles. I'm not in that habit. I don't feel inclined to use them. If anyone wants to use them, that's fine. I respect it fully. For me, it's a personal choice. I don't feel required to use pronouns everywhere. And I find it unnecessary, no disrespect. My gender is clear. It's never been a question. I don't feel like I need to wear that as a banner for it to be recognized or respected. Maybe you are confused because iron is in my name? Let me explain. At the time when we joined Roblox, my son's favorite superhero was Iron Man. I suggested he use iron in his name, and he did. When he asked me to join, I didn't take Roblox seriously. I didn't think about my name. I simply matched him. If I had used my favorite superhero, my name might have been ironjenjin then. Anyway, also in my name, if you look further, you will see Jen. Jen is a nickname that represents my first name, Jennifer. Maybe you aren't familiar with the name Jennifer, but typically it's a female name. Or maybe you are confused by my Roblox avatar. Is it because I don't wear pink or show digital skin when it comes to gaming? I'd rather be noticed for my skills than my looks. Personally, I don't want anyone to ever say, "Hey, she got where she did because she was dating this guy," or used her looks to get there. I've always worked super hard to prove myself, I guess. especially in environments that are male dominant. I try to keep a balance in order to avoid being objectified as a female and not taken seriously, and I guess you can see that in my style. Anyway, like most females, I've dealt with sexism all of my life. That's part of my influence. Anyway, I like the way I dress my avatar. I feel comfortable. My avatars are feminine, not masculine. I don't need to show flesh to be feminine. Anyway, not all females look the same, so I think having some variety is a good thing, especially for those who are different and don't want to fit into that mold. I don't need anyone's validation about the attractiveness of my avatar. I don't want to dress my Roblox avatar like a rap video extra. Clothes don't make me a woman. Clothes don't make you a woman either. I wonder what effect this actually has on the minds of young females on Roblox. Show digital skin or be misgendered. Anyway, I've never represented myself as a male on Roblox, except that one time I dressed up as Nicholas. I've only ever used female bodies, female parts, hair, and clothing. I consider my avatars to be feminine. Maybe they aren't girly, but I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. So now I have to deal with people like Ice calling me a man. After so many years of being degraded for being a woman and a mother. When it comes to Ice, I feel some way. In all reality, I've had a lot of gay men specifically doing this in the MM2 community. I would just have the expectation that someone from a marginalized community would have more respect when it comes to identity and gender. Doesn't he want respect when it comes to those things? But if you are actually confused, don't assume. It's a bit rude to misgender anyone. I would consider that basic knowledge. I have that expectation from all of you. Strange people will show up in my comment section, claiming I'm overreacting. I'm not overreacting. If anything, I've underreacted. They say it's just the internet. It doesn't matter. Like telling me it doesn't affect me in real life. But what if it did? Has the real life of JD been affected by their channel and success? I think yes. Personally, I think at certain points, based on what I was creating, the impact I had on the community, and what I achieved in the game, my channel could have done better. I think it had the potential to do well. I think that was repressed, and JD played a big part in that. By misleading the community about my stats, trying to minimize them with other players, and about who I am as a person. Others did the same. The reality is though, if they're sabotaging me in the community, and sabotaging my YouTube channel, I think that can affect my real life some. Some extra earnings on this platform could have been helpful. They never considered that anything I earned on YouTube was set to go back to my family. Instead, they tried to taint my experience as a parent, and taint my son's childhood, by creating false narratives around him and me, and by supporting the people doing so. It's such a strange community, that caters to the weakest possible mind state, and deepest levels of ignorance. Anyway, the way I feel is, they tried to create unnecessary stress, just to satisfy their childish urges. They'll say the most terrible things, then call it rage bait. Or say I can't take a joke, never respecting boundaries, then validating each other as a group. This is what they do all day, in private groups on Discord. It's all a form of sabotage, to keep me from winning, to keep me from gaining subs, to keep me from growing, intentionally. Anyone minimizing it is usually a part of it. It was done because of who they aligned themselves with in the community. I understand it is probably confusing for many. I was also a JD fan too, once upon a time. And it took me a while to see past their facade. Them supporting Larx after he did this changed my opinion. But when they tried to normalize Larx, that was enough for me. Larx commented on my short and denied he did this. He said it was an impersonator and blamed his fans. People attacked me to defend him because most people are confused. Songbreeze confirmed with me it was him in Discord messages, though I doubt he ever confirmed that publicly. Anyway, so Songbreeze shares an admin with JD. His name is Updates. Just understand that if Songbreeze knew, Updates definitely knew, and if Updates knew, JD knew. Unless their admin hid what Larx did from them. Also, I found this. I had taken a screenshot of Larx's Twitter followers. When he did this, I highly doubt Jade, plus Power, and the other JD gang members would all be following a Larx imposter. Anyway, so in 2022, I posted my 100,000 eliminations video. JD started massively supporting Larx and promoting him to the community as a sweetheart, which can be seen in the subliminal messaging here. They protected his lie. They started to promote Hippo again, telling the community he is the #1 player, and treated me like I didn't exist, all while I was a tester for MM2 and the actual top player in the game. And since they support people like Larx and Ice, everything has just gotten progressively worse. They kind of validated certain types of behaviors. So I do hold JD responsible for this. Anyway, based on all of this, JD deserves a roast. And not by ChatGPT, this time by ironjenjin. So maybe some of you are confused about what a female is. After years of watching JD and JD gang dress up as females and call themselves e-girls. But not all men that dress up like women are women. And not all women dress seeking male approval constantly. If they want to dress up as females, that's fine. But at least give an equal representation to female gamers in the community and represent females better. I'll leave you with some images of JD. Make your own judgments. JD would rather dress up as females than show real females. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. But I need to say, even though JD act feminine, I'm not judging. I don't care about what JD is into. But let's see how they like being implied or assumed about, or when their family is assumed about. Isn't nice, is it? I hope he isn't lying to her too. How romantic. Not sure what's going on here, and how it relates to how I've been treated. But I find it interesting. Personally, I think the whole bromance mentality has something to do with it. You know, boys will be boys. I don't say this as an insult. I'm just roasting JD. No offense to any gender. No hate to anyone. Just if they are going to label me as a bad parent for playing MM2, or call me a man for not showing Roblox skin, I can call them out for queer baiting at the very least. I just personally don't know any straight men doing this kind of thing constantly. Anyway, These are not things I care about. Love who you love. And always be yourself. Anyway, JD, you should be yourself. Everyone should be able to be themselves. Without any judgment. Including me. Anyway, Dylan, good luck with the comb over. I hope it impresses your trophy wife. Anyway, I understand some people out there may get mad about this. But I don't really care if I'm honest. Also, if you watch this video, I support the LGBTQ community. No one's preferences matter to me. I support everyone. Except people being disrespectful to my family. Regardless of who they are. I don't give it a pass just because they're MM2 admins. I had higher expectations of them. Anyway, last year after this happened with the hack and disrespect afterwards, I left MM2 as a game tester. At some point I checked my name on YouTube, and saw I was, I guess, hashtagged by JD. In 2 specific JD videos. One about game testers, and another with Larx and JD gang. About an aura animation. The aura video is basically to say they are untouchable. And the tester one is like a mock. Since I'm no longer a tester for MM2, I see it as backhanded. Either it's them or their staff. I don't think they should be weaponizing the tester role. That's not how the role should be treated. And I think they should have some respect that I did it for 6 years and asked for nothing in return. Anyway, I hope this helps you understand why I no longer support JD. On that note, make sure you support Vanelbean's mom and all the other MM2 actors. Anyway, I just want more equal representation from JD for actual females. And recently they posted this damage control, but I'll take it as them listening. Yes, some of the screenshots are old, but this has been going on a long time. Also, for anyone in a screenshot, in many cases I have no clue who these people are. The point isn't to expose anyone. It's not an attack. I'm simply showing examples of what I'm saying. The purpose is to tell a story and discuss my experiences. My advice would be to ignore me. Last thing, I'm not offended by what is said. These screenshots don't represent me. They represent you. What bothers me about it is painting a false perception, spreading that around to impressionable people, to competitors, using your power and influence to do so. Then watching that snowball, due to jealousy, due to ignorance, or mob mentality, and wanting to fit in, and due to influences like JD and Zyleek, and the other game testers, who act like it's okay, by supporting the people doing it. Also, I'm not attributing everything done here to JD and Zyleek. Many people are involved. But in my opinion they are also a part of it. And that's pretty important. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll finish my discussion on JD in part 2 of this story. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.